Ron Killings winning the World Heavyweight Championship. There's a power struggle between Triple H and The Rock. Roman Reigns quits following Triple H's controversial decision. Shotzi reveals the real reason for her WWE release. Jey Uso takes a drastic step after losing his world title. McDonagh gets a new WWE name. WWE champion Oba Femi seriously injured. Unfortunate news for John Cena. Why Gunther won the world title. Let's dive right in. There's a power struggle between Triple H and The Rock. Triple H and The Rock, once fierce rivals in the ring, battled over top titles for years until The Rock left WWE for Hollywood. Triple H stayed, eventually taking a key role backstage. After the TKO merger combined UFC and WWE, Vince McMahon was pushed out. Triple H took charge of creative, while The Rock joined the TKO board, giving him near total freedom to act as he pleases. His influence has been clear, especially with his bold moves in recent WrestleMania storylines. Inside sources claim a heated power struggle is brewing between the two. If true, this clash could spill onto WWE TV in these four explosive ways. Number 1, Raw versus Smackdown Showdown. In the early 2000s, WWE loved pitting its general managers against each other at Survivor Series. If the company blends real-life tension into its stories, this setup could make a comeback. Imagine Triple H leading Raw against The Rock running SmackDown, a brand he famously named. This epic clash could headline a random premium live event, maybe even reviving bragging rights or a similar show. Picture it inside War Games, where the winner gains total control over major decisions. War Games has settled huge rivalries before, and its steel cage chaos often sparks new, gripping storylines. Number 2, backing rival champions. Another way for Triple H and The Rock to square off is through their chosen WWE champions. When Cody Rhodes defeated Roman Reigns, Triple H stood firmly behind the American Nightmare. Meanwhile, The Rock worked hard to block Cody's path to the undisputed WWE title. Even after Cody carried the company through late 2024, The Rock tried to sway him with a slick promo on Raw on Netflix. "You're the future, kid, but you need me to shine," he said. The Rock could back John Cena, while Triple H supports Cody in a high-stakes match. The winner would call the shots for WWE's future. Number 3, Team Triple H versus Team Rock at Survivor Series. A clear way for this feud to explode is a Survivor Series War Games match pitting Team Triple H against Team Rock. Triple H would handpick trusted stars to defend WWE's honor against The Rock's reign of chaos. Top names like Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, CM Punk, or Randy Orton would face a tough choice. Stand with the company they helped build or join The Rock for a shot at greater fame. "I'll make you legends," The Rock might promise. Stars like Logan Paul or The Miz, always chasing clout, could jump to The Rock's side, especially after Cody turned him down. Number 4, taking over the Bloodline. The Rock's return was tied to the Bloodline, and he could seize control, overshadowing the Tribal Chief legacy. Right before Raw on Netflix, he posted about being granted special Tribal Chief status years ago. "I was chosen long before these new kids," he claimed. Was that a hint at a 2025 storyline or just self-praise? This move would force Solo Sikoa, his crew, and maybe Jimmy Uso or other original Bloodline members to pick a side. Do they stay true to their family's legacy and join The Rock, or fight his power-hungry takeover to save WWE? A match could carry a huge stipulation. If The Rock's team wins, the Bloodline disbands forever. Roman Reigns quits following Triple H's controversial decision. Roman Reigns has been the talk of the town since his stunning defeat to Seth Rollins in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. The former undisputed WWE champion hasn't wrestled since and was written off Raw after the big event, leaning into his part-time schedule. For years, Reigns has worked this way, showing up only for major premium live events, which let him hold the undisputed WWE title for so long with few defenses. Even with this light schedule, he's one of the highest paid stars in wrestling, which has raised some eyebrows. But now, his hefty contract, or at least his huge paycheck, is reportedly at risk. TKO, the company behind WWE, has been slashing costs, leading to shocking releases like RTruth and Carlito. Word is, TKO isn't thrilled about paying Reigns so much for his part-time role, sparking talk of a contract overhaul. With rumors swirling online, Triple H could drop a bombshell on Reigns that leaves fans speechless. Following TKO's orders, the game might demand that Reigns return by a set date and wrestle regularly for at least 6 months to keep his current pay and contract intact. This could set the Tribal Chief off, pushing him to the edge. Unwilling to grind full-time, Reigns might shock the world by quitting WWE altogether. maybe even retiring. With his health and family in mind, he could walk away from wrestling rather than join another company. On Lucha Libre Online, Spanish commentator Hugo Savinovich weighed in on Reigns' contract, hinting at a possible renegotiation due to TKO's cost-cutting spree. While they won't outright release him, he won't be making $15 million per year anymore. Now, why $15 million? Let me break it down. Roman Reigns' base salary is $5 million, but then there are add-ons. And TKO? They're cutting costs across the board. We've seen recent releases, and there are rumors of more. Remember when Nick Khan, a major WWE exec, announced he was selling $4 million worth of stock? That raised eyebrows. TKO is saying, Roman's not around full-time. Why are we paying him so much? So, they want to renegotiate. The idea of Reigns agreeing to a new deal seems unlikely. With his massive star power, the tribal chief could easily take his name elsewhere to keep earning big. Only time will tell what WWE has planned for its former top star. Shotzi reveals the real reason for her WWE release. Shotzi recently shared the raw details of her WWE departure and whether she'd ever consider going back. Earlier this year, WWE chose not to renew her contract. In a candid chat on the Ariel Helwani show, the wrestling veteran opened up about her exit, admitting she may never fully understand why it happened. She suspects it came down to the company not seeing her as a big moneymaker. I probably will never know why they released me, but WWE doesn't owe me anything. That's showbiz, right? They just didn't think that I was money, and that's okay. I can take that, she said. Despite the split, the fan-favorite star said she'd be open to returning to WWE one day, mainly because she loved the vibe in the locker room. I would love to be back at WWE. I loved working there. I didn't love not working there, you know what I'm saying? It was only when I wasn't being used that I was unhappy. But anytime I was being used, good time. Loved the locker room. Loved everyone I was working for, she added. Shotzi's final WWE match was a loss to Zoe Stark on WWE Speed. Stark, who suffered a serious injury last month, shared a recovery update on social media after her surgery. Shotzi also spoke about her frustrations with WWE on Busted Open Radio. The 33-year-old explained that when the company believed in her, it was the best job ever, but sitting on the sidelines was tough. It is extremely frustrating. When they're utilizing you, it's the best job in the world. It's so much fun, and it really is the best. But like when you're in the dark and you're pitching things and it just feels like no one wants to talk to you, it just feels like no one believes in you and you're just sitting at home or you're sitting in catering for months, she said. Though Shotzi held the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship, she never won a title on WWE's main roster during her time there. Jey Uso takes a drastic step after losing his world title. Jey Uso's loss of the World Heavyweight Championship to Gunther on this week's Raw stunned the wrestling world. The Yeet Man seems crushed by the defeat, as he's now swapped his Instagram profile picture, previously showing him with the title, for a stark black background. Jey had only won the championship at WrestleMania 41 less than 2 months ago. With his popularity soaring week after week, fans were shocked that WWE pulled the title from him so quickly. But Gunther, one of the top stars in the game, could now launch a title reign even longer than his first, which lasted over 250 days. What's next for the former Bloodline star is unclear, but Jey's recent social media move has fans talking. The 39-year-old, who once proudly displayed himself with the World Heavyweight title as his profile picture, replaced it with a plain black image. Choosing this over a new photo without the belt says a lot about how he's feeling right now. On the latest episode of Sportskeeda's Legion of Raw, inside sources didn't hold back, slamming WWE's handling of Jey and Gunther. They argued that both title switches, Gunther losing at WrestleMania 41 and now Jey losing, were poorly timed. They felt WWE failed to build Jey as a strong, likable champion. The whole development of Gunther and Jey, just taking the belt off of Gunther when they shouldn't have, and now just taking the belt off of Jey when I think they shouldn't have. I don't understand the rhyme or reason to it. It's usually a feel. You usually know. They were having a hard time building Jey, and I don't think this helps him in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, it helps Gunther. It's great for Gunther. You could tell Jey kind of wasn't feeling it, and I would have thought the most important thing was building his confidence. Whether WWE's choice to put the World Heavyweight Championship back on Gunther so soon will work out remains to be seen. JD McDonagh gets a new WWE name. JD McDonagh has been back with the Judgment Day for months since recovering from a punctured lung in January, but WWE seemed unsure how to use him. Until now. The company's rolling out new merchandise featuring his new Iron Lung nickname, inspired by the injury he suffered during a Raw match earlier this year. Despite the serious injury, McDonagh kept wrestling, earning a reputation as one of the toughest in the locker room. This new Iron Lung persona could finally give him a real character on TV. With the Judgment Day caught up in locker room drama, McDonagh has been stuck in the shadows. But this could be his moment to shine. If the Judgment Day falls apart, he and Finn Balor, former tag team champions, might stick together as a duo. On the other hand, if Balor gets pulled into a feud with Dominic Mysterio, McDonagh could strike out on his own. He's already shown he can hold his own as a singles star. With plenty of opportunities on Raw, especially if the rumored draft shakes things up, this could be McDonagh's chance to break free. Right now, like Carlito, he knows he's being paid to show up for quick backstage bits. It's time for him to step up, and this new Iron Lung name and character might just be the push he needs to prove what he can do. WWE champion Oba Femi seriously injured. Oba Femi, the powerhouse NXT champion, was viciously assaulted by newcomer Jasper Troy, leaving his condition in question. Troy, a standout from Season 1 of WWE LFG, wowed audiences and won the competition, earning an NXT contract. A few weeks ago, he made waves on the black and silver brand by targeting Femi. Tonight on NXT, Femi was scheduled to defend his title against Troy in a singles match. But as Femi arrived at the arena, Troy ambushed him in the parking lot, slamming him onto a car's hood and windshield. Femi appeared to be in bad shape as a crowd rushed to check on him. Femi has been an unstoppable force as NXT champion, holding the title for over 154 days and crushing every opponent in his path. But Troy's ruthless attack could put Femi's reign in jeopardy. With the champ possibly injured, it's unclear if he'll be cleared to defend his title tonight. All eyes are on whether Femi can recover or if Troy's brutal move will cost him the gold. Unfortunate news for John Cena. John Cena made his big return at the 2025 Royal Rumble, launching his retirement tour, set to wrap up in December. Halfway through his final year in WWE, the 17-time world champion has just 19 of his promised 36 appearances left. With June winding down, Cena's down to roughly 2 weeks worth of shows before he steps away from WWE for good. That leaves only 19 chances for someone to challenge him for the undisputed WWE Championship. Cena clarified these are appearances, not guaranteed matches, but Seth Rollins, now holding the Money in the Bank contract, could turn any moment into a title fight. It's tough to imagine Cena never wrestling in a WWE ring again after December. The current undisputed WWE champion has admitted he's not as quick as he once was, vowing to retire when he knew his time was up. "I promised myself I'd walk away when I couldn't keep up," he said. At 48, Cena has already transformed wrestling and cemented his legacy, but he's determined to retire on his terms, leaving no loose ends. Unlike many wrestlers who struggle to stay retired, Cena's tour is designed to let him exit cleanly, ensuring he remains a retired star who stays out of the ring for good. Why Gunther won the world title? Gunther reclaimed the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on Raw, defeating Jey Uso in a shocking upset. Wrestling expert Dr. Chris Featherstone believes this move is paving the way for a massive comeback. He's pointing to Goldberg, a WWE Hall of Famer who's been teasing one final match for a while. Gunther recently mentioned Goldberg's name, and with their past interactions, a clash between the two seems more likely than ever. On Unscripted, Featherstone shared his thoughts on why Gunther's title win happened and what's next. "I think this is setting us up for Gunther Goldberg at SummerSlam. I think that's what we're gonna get." Now there's a part of me that feels like that's the primary reason why we got the switch, the title change, because it felt a bit abrupt to me. Like Jey Uso didn't really have an opportunity to really get his bearings, and it's only 5 weeks after he won, 6 weeks. So, he had a 6-week title reign? Whether Goldberg will step back into a WWE ring soon is still up in the air, but the stage could be set for an epic showdown. Ron Killings winning the World Heavyweight Championship. A WWE legend has dropped a jaw-dropping prediction about RTruth, also known as Ron Killings, after his stunning return at Money in the Bank 2025. Hall of Famer Booker T thinks Truth could climb to the top and win the World Heavyweight Championship in this run. Killings, a 2-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, was a fan favorite in TNA wrestling years ago. In his last WWE stint, he was mostly the funny guy, but now things could get serious. After Truth's surprising comeback, Booker T shared a bold vision on air. "You know what I see? I see Ron Killings winning the World Heavyweight Championship. How crazy would that be? You know what? It would shake up the whole world," Booker T said. "It'll be the biggest thing since, perhaps putting the title on Mick Foley, WCW that night, when everybody changed the channels to watch Mick Foley win. It could be unbelievable." Since his return, Truth has repeatedly credited the fans for making it happen. In a recent tweet, he doubled down, also giving props to Triple H and Nick Khan. "How? Y'all brought me back. They heard, listened, felt, and understood. Thank you, Triple H, WWE, and man. Thank you, Nick Khan, for allowing RTruth to set me free. I'm driving now. I am Ron Killings. I am the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now put some respect on my name. On Sportskeeda WrestleBinge's latest WrestleVotes Q&A, WrestleVotes weighed in, saying Truth's release and rehire wasn't a storyline. It was real. He noted that others, like Carlito and Sarah Logan, were also let go, making it unlikely WWE would fake something this big. Still, the full truth may stay a mystery. I'm under the belief that it was totally legitimate. Don't think they would have gone the lengths that they did. It involved other people, maybe not directly, but Carlito and Sarah Logan also let go. I think that's probably a little beneath the company to involve a storyline into real-life stuff like that. His son was very adamant on Instagram after the press conference. Kathy Kelly deserves an Emmy if she was acting at the press conference, he said. He added, "So, I would say it's all legitimate. I know employees that I've talked to believe he was legitimately let go, and they listened and they came to terms, but I don't know if we'll ever 100% know what happened," he said.